Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill. Today we are going to play with a top 3 tier 9 beginner friendly heavy tanks. At least this is my take and this is my opinion on it. So feel free to agree or disagree in the comment section down below. But I think with those tanks beginners are going to do relatively well compared to the others. Obviously there is more than 3 beginner friendly tanks, but those are the 3 which I picked. And without further ado, let's teleport straight into the action, shall we? And the first tank on the list is E75. I simply could not to include this vehicle into the video, and I think it is extremely great tank. Now, very important thing to say, this tank is extremely powerful against the tanks which are not shooting heat ammunition, right? If people are shooting hits, well, then your tank is becoming relatively weak, right? Because they can, people can pretty much penetrate you to the forehead and whatnot. But if you are dealing against people who are shooting only standards or alternatively APCRs, doesn't really matter, then this tank has plenty of armor to stand for. All in all, alpha damage is also big of this vehicle. It is 530 alpha, which is very good, at least in my humble opinion. And overall, this tank definitely deserves some respect. Now, speaking about the gun, from what I noticed, usually gun was behaving pretty nicely, although there was situations when gun simply said and the gun refused to work. Now, extremely important thing to say, speaking about this map, right? I think in this map, E75 has a bit of the problems. It is quite unfortunate map. Nevertheless, we will try to do everything what we physically and possibly can in order to make this vehicle work properly and in order to make this tank work ideally, right? We do not want to make any mistakes whatsoever here. We can imagine this concept 1B is shooting hits, right? So we need to be smart, we need to stay low to the certain extent, and we are just chilling at this point in this area and we are enjoying ourselves. There is no need for us to get super involved and to die in the first minute of the game, right? We are not looking for that, and we are trying to be smart once again. How about shot here? Oh, such a beautiful accuracy of this vehicle. Obviously, if you are curious what kind of equipment setup we are using and whatnot, you can find everything in the index page. You can use the filter as well to see which tanks are beginner friendly and which tanks are not so beginner friendly, right? Hopefully this is going to help as well. Okay, what do we want to do? This is the question. I want to try to find the proper angle to spank the Mr. Tortoise. I know tortoises. Who cares about tortoise when there is S1 in the open field? Hello there, beautiful. And Mr. Chrysler. Oh, this is going way better than I expected. Okay, Mr. Chrysler, how are you doing today? Enjoying yourself? I see. I do not really mind, even though if this gentleman would penetrate me, I just do not care. And the main reason why I do not care is I have bigger alpha damage, so trades are going to be kind of better for us, right? And this is exactly what I want to do, and this is exactly what I am aiming for. Whenever I am trading in the game, I want to go to the positive side rather than negative side. So as an example, whenever we are seeing someone with 200 alpha damage or 300 alpha damage, and if we have 700 alpha, I believe we cannot trade badly, can we? Beautiful. Once again, please pay attention at the gun handling of this vehicle. Very nice, and this is exactly what we want to see, right? This is exactly what we want to see, fellas. Meanwhile, I see this Model 1, I know I could ram the living crap out of this gentleman, and I kind of want to show you how the ramming with this vehicle is working as well. So, without further ado, we are going to go in. We are building some speed, and oh boy, if I would be this Model 1, I would be paranoid. Ooh, hi. How are you doing today? Not so great? I feel you, my man, I feel you. Bad matchmaking, bad team, bad RNG, everything is going horribly wrong. I know, I feel you. Honestly, fellas, this gentleman could not do absolutely anything for us, so we just simply used our tank to our strengths of this vehicle. And in the same time, looking into this matchmaking, I would say we are winning the game. Well, I'm not entirely sure. Is it the case yet? You know, 12-1. Maybe there is a chance enemies will have a comeback. I'm joking, fellas. We won this game. I think we showed this tank pretty well. Obviously, we had a dedicated videos for E75, so if you want to find them, remember, index page is the place to be. It is very simple to find everything, and I believe every single person would agree E75 is a great tank for a beginner, right? It is just powerful tank, and in fact, not only for beginner, it is just a great vehicle to begin with, right? It is very important thing to say. Now, looking what is after E75, right? We have E100, and E100 is also kind of good for beginner as well. We will take a look at this in a moment. Anyways, looking into all of this, 4.7 thousand damage, 2,000 assisting damage or close to that, first class, fellas. That is a beautiful game. To buy experience, to buy the damage, and in the end of the day, we made 100,000 profits, although most of them are coming from the mission reward, right? Either way, I am feeling pretty happy about this. Now, looking into the tech tree line, right, from the E75 you would reach E100, and I think E100 is pretty good tank for beginner as well. With E75 you will learn how to angle. With E100 you are going to be forced to learn how to angle, and overall tier 9 in the world of tanks is kind of secret tier, at least in my opinion, right? I think it is very nice. So E75 is probably taking the first place of beginner friendly tank, tier 9 heavy tank. Keep this in mind. I had some rules for myself. As an example, I am not including the reward tanks or premium tanks. I do not really think it is fair, right? So we are playing only with the standard vehicles. When we have this out of the way, let's teleport to the round number 2. Let's go. And the second tank in line is STI. Fellas, I think this tank is a great tank for beginner. I think this tank can do a lot of harm for the enemies, but as playing with any of the heavy tank, usually you want to play against the lower tiers, right? You do not want to see matchmaking like this. You do not really want to play with a Chieftain or 279E, but that's what we have, and we will try to make it work, right? All in all, the tank is great. The tank has okay gun. It's not ideal. It's not M103 gun. It's not Conqueror gun, but it is not bad, you know. And I would say the saving feature of this vehicle is beautiful heat penetration and alpha damage. 440 alpha damage is okay, and heat penetration of the 340 is awesome. So, as an example, if you are having matchmaking like this when you know you are not a top dog in the field, right? Let's get real. We are not top dogs in the field over there. You can look at this however you want to. You can tap that 2 key and you can penetrate the tanks like Chieftain or whatever else easier. Obviously, it's not an easy game by any shape or any form, right? As an example over there, I believe we can clearly see that enemies have way more forces here than we do, at least for now, right? So we need to figure out how to be smart and how to bang them or how not to get slaughtered. So, in fact, I need to reevaluate the strategy, to say that the least. It's okay, we are playing somehow hold down here, and we will try to aim for the cupola of the 279E or the Chieftain. Now for a Chieftain, this tank pretty much doesn't have the weak spots unless you are playing with Jack Pizda, right? Just how it goes. And in this situation, I'm trying to escape before it's too late. I do not want to take one for the team. I just want to play back, and I want them to get a bit closer for us. That's what we want to do, fellas. It's okay. It is not going to be that simple to eliminate us from the game. I can promise you that. We have a bit of the support in the back. We have obviously a couple of Jeffs who are trying to help us to the best of their abilities. We have Leo, we have Object. We are feeling alright. And once again, pay attention at the amount of the guns enemy team has here. They have plenty of guns. And when I'm saying plenty, I truly mean it. But you know what? It doesn't really change absolutely anything. We will still fight to the best of our abilities, and we will try to punish them every single time whenever enemies will go up and whenever enemies will mess up. And mess up they will, fellas. It's a matter of the time, right? T10 is trying to get involved, unfortunate for us, but he had a very nice angle to penetrate our lower plate. That is okay. I see that CC in the back. I do not really care that much about it, and I'm trying to survive this, you know? I am trying to fight for my life, and I'm trying to fight here for the victory, to say that the least, right? Unfortunately, 279E looks like he knows what he is doing, and he is banging our mouse, right? Which is quite unfortunate, but it's just how it goes. And we need to punish this gentleman. Not easy, not easy. 279E is one of the most powerful tanks out there, and there is nothing what we can do, especially when he can play sideways like he is playing here. Very, very, very hard. Extremely hard. One of those games, fellas, when it is hard to do something. How the flying F is supposed to beat the living crap out of him? Good. Good, 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 good. Luckily, we had enough support over there, which is exactly what we need, and this is exactly what we are looking for. And also, in the same time, we want to start spanking this E75. Now, pay attention. How good this vehicle is behaving against the E75, right? Since we have enough... Shift and pull down. Since we have good heat, we can beat the living crap out of E75, and this guy has no match for us in a way, right? At least this is how am I feeling like in this game. Relax, take it easy, we got this. Chieftain is trying to get involved with as well. Chieftain is dead. Good, 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 good. How about this Italian tank destroyer? Bad, bad, bad. Good, good, good. Very nice. Okay, fellas, we are doing quite heavy lifting here for playing with a tank like this caliber to fight against the Chieftains, to fight against the 279Es. Let's get real, matchmaking is definitely against us, and yet still we are kind of chilling and we are kind of enjoying ourselves. Now, we relocated a bit just to have a better angle to the Mr. Chieftain, and if this gentleman will try to escape, and there is a possibility he will try to escape, we should be able to send him to the garage. He is escaping, not a big surprise. Actually, pretty smart move by this guy. But you know what? It doesn't really change absolutely anything. I want to get closer here. I get the point, there is two artists. Believe me, I truly understand this, but we need to eliminate this chief from the game. Feels good, man. Okay. We got the chieftain. It is very hard game, fellas. It is very hard game. So think about this. If we had a game of the caliber like this, right? How much better we would feel by having +2 matchmaking while meeting Tigers and T29s or even tier 8s, right? Today, my luck with this tank, I played many games with this vehicle, to be exact, probably 4, and all games are going that, you know, 5 to 15 when I cannot show absolutely anything. It just doesn't work, right? But this game is a bit different, and hip hip hooray, it is a bit more equal, right? Luckily it is not 5 to 15, and I think we played our strengths to the maximum. That 279E was scary, fellas. That mother trucker was truly scary, and I think he was responsible for most of the casualties here on the corner, right? Okay. I am not planning to cap the base by any shape or any form, but what I am planning to do, I am planning to get closer for the enemies and simply try to send them to the garage. That's what I am planning to do. Now, we could load potentially high explosive ammunition and we can get double kill. Skill how you could get double kill, so, unfortunate. No double kill for us, but you know what, we can deal with him with here. Okay, all in all, it is a great game, fellas. We got ourselves 3.3 thousand damage, we got 1.9 thousand assisting damage, and believe me or not, I am happy how this vehicle behaved in this kind of situation. Once again, the biggest nightmare for us was that 279E. That 279E, it was horrible to deal with, and you know, luckily we are playing with a tier 9, not with a tier 8, because otherwise it would be even worse, right? So in the end of the day, we have 3.3 thousand damage, 2,000 assisting damage, and once again, my session with STI today was a bit painful, but not because of the tank, but because of the matchmaking. You know, whenever you have 20% win ratio, well, that means hashtag never lucky, right? And this is how I felt. Anyways, what do we have? We have 7,000 minus, unfortunate. We hit all our shots, we penetrated 8, because again, we were fighting against the 279E, and as you can see, 279E and the chieftain, two warriors of the enemy team, and it was very, very hard to play against them, honestly. It truly was. Now, I wish to say I can invest 10 hours to play with one tank to show you one epic game, right? Whenever we are meeting the lower tiers and whenever we are showing the dominance, but I believe this game is describing this vehicle relatively well, and I would say it was a solid battle overall. Anyways, we are not done. We have still one tank to go, so without further ado, let's go with, before we are going with other tank, let's see what is waiting for you after STI. So if you would pay attention, fellas, you are going towards the IS-4, right? And this is literally dedicated towards the beginner, right? IS-4 is great beginner tank. It is quite crazy, and I would say it is very solid vehicle overall, right? So I would say overall, this line is a great choice for a beginner, speaking about the heavy standards, right? You can complete heavy missions with Cover 4, the same STI, the same IS-4, although STI is probably the weakest out of this, those three tanks in the line. I really want to highlight this. Now, let's go for round number 3 with a different tank, shall we? Let's go. And last on the list, fellas, we have Object 705. I was thinking between a couple of the vehicles which we are going to talk after this game, but I decided to go with 705. It has many good features to offer. As an example, you can do blocking mission with it. In other words, this tank can bounce. It's made out of proper steel, not plastic, right? The tank has choice between the guns. I personally prefer 440 alpha damage gun because it has APCRs as a standard, hits as a gold, although hit penetration is not as good as STI before, but still it is pretty good and it is pretty enjoyable, at least in my humble opinion, right? Plus on top of that, you can sidescrap with this vehicle like a king. Now, what is the worst part of this tank, at least in my humble opinion? It is gun depression. Don't get me wrong, you can play hold down, but gun depression is the problem, right? So if you have rubble in front of you, yeah, hold down, seeing only turret, you are kind of powerful. Well, until you are meeting the tank with 350 penetration plus. Then unfortunate, you know. But other than that, it is all right. And same goes for a tier 10 vehicle. You know, it's perfect for doing heavy tank 15 and so on, or overall doing bouncing missions. Those tanks simply are working fine. So looking into all of this, fellas, do we want to be aggressive or do we want to side scrap on the corner? First of all, we are starting everything by taking the corner and trying to side scrap here. I'm paying attention how the things are looking like, but there is still plenty of the tanks which are not spotted. Emil, nah, we can go in. Let's go. We can easily go in here. Progetto, good one. Good one, my man, good one. Yeah, as you can see, this tank is pretty good for this, right? You can actually make a hardcore pressure without bigger problems whatsoever. And as you can see, we have two guys in the back, and they are going to join us in order to be super aggressive over there, right? And this is exactly what I want to see. I see this guy here on the corner, don't mind me if I do, but the most important thing now is to beat this M103. I see him over there, doesn't really matter. I know, Progetto is in front as well, doesn't really matter. Like I said before, bad aim by me, I aimed more to the right side than I should have, but this is okay. This is the highlight of this vehicle, fellas. Some of the people are thinking this tank is one-trick pony, aka you can only side scrap with this vehicle, but it is so much more than this. You know what? I just simply need to go in. I think I just simply need to go in. I think I am just wasting way too much time of side scrapping and trying to make the tank work as the tank should work, right? I simply think it is just waste of time. So in this situation, we are going to say hello. We are going to aim for this beautiful M103S, and after that, this E75 is dead. Now, after this, we are going to repush this just like so, and I think we should be alright. Beautiful start, 2,600 damage. There is only one thing what I did wrong in my opinion, and I tried to side scrap over there. I could have saved so much more time by simply pushing in front and by showing the dominance while having PP up, right? That is the thing. But other than that, everything worked fine. And once again, I just want to highlight how beautiful this tank can be. Even in the open field, good luck penetrating the lower plate, right? It is not as simple as many people might think it is. In fact, I would say this tank has better armor than STI, but STI has a front-mounted turret, so it's a bit easier to play hull down and whatnot, right? Anyways, all we need to do here, I do not really think I care about guys playing in the middle. All I want to do, I kind of want to go super aggressively. Soon we will figure out, is it a good idea or not so much. This guy is down to fartable. Emil is playing here. What if I would take more left approach? This is the question. One-shottable, 1-2 TM is full. Yeah, I think I should simply make pressure if I want to get more of all of this. I know the risks involved, believe me, I'm very, very well aware of that, but I think I just simply need to go for it. Yes, I'm paying attention, and this MX-30, we should be alright. We are going to shoot here in a moment. Or should we shoot here in the moment? This is the question. Wait, I see Iron Arn in the middle as well. Yep, we should. How are you doing? Enjoying yourself? Have a good day. Oh, RNG, thank you very much. Unfortunately, luckily he is not penetrating the heat. And we are still feeling alright, fellas. We are still feeling alright. By the way, my crew of this tank is far away from being decent. I just want to highlight this, okay? My crew is pretty much just starting, to say that the least. Artan, that doesn't really matter, it's okay. And here we go. You know what is the worst part of all this? This MX and this 1-2 TM, they can outrun me. They can run from me like there is no tomorrow, and there is absolutely nothing what I can change about this. The question is, do I want to chase them? There is a Scorpion G who never ever was spotted. He might sit here or he might be somewhere around this area. Soon we will figure out where this gentleman is sitting at. Obviously, sprint is not competition for this tank, fellas. Just saying. It is a proper heavy tank. You would like to get into the city. and simply spank everyone in this way. Okay, let's see. Can we react properly? I do not really think he's sitting here, is he? Is he sitting here? This is the question. I am trying to go for some blind shots, okay? My X30 is sitting somewhere here in the back. Don't get me wrong, I think I know where he is, and he should be here. Accurate gun skill, you say? I see. I see. This gun, fellas, this gun is one of the worst guns in the world of tanks. You cannot hit anything. That is a direct hit. I am pretty sure I haven't penetrated him, but that is a direct hit unless we have 1 to 2 TM sitting here. That could be a penetration. Now light tank. Where is this light tank? Could he be here? I really doubt it. I do not really think this light tank is sitting here. Hard game, fellas. There is nothing to say about this, but I can tell you one thing. Today I am working on this YouTube video for quite some time already, and I can tell you one thing, matchmaking, I have never ever seen such a big 15-to-1 situation, right? Speaking about matchmaking wise. So, whenever we are having relatively close games like this, it is making me happy, even though it is way harder to do something here, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to be smart and how not to get killed for no reason whatsoever, right? That's what I'm trying to figure out, and so far it doesn't look great, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It simply doesn't look great. I know they might take this position here. I am very, very well aware of that, okay? I know they can sit on the corner here. I know they can sit on the corner here, but first of all, I want to cross like this. Okay, understood. Scorpion is sitting here in the back. I want to check out, is the MX sitting here? This is the whole point, why am I going here in the first place? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Okay, understood, understood. How about this 1 to 2 TM? Can we spank him now? I will take a good position from where I can pretty much side scrap here, and let's see how he's doing. Oh, he's doing very, very fine. Excellent. Thank you very much, my man. Thank you. MX relocated completely, so he is left alone. Hello, dear. Since you are alone, let's have a conversation. I was paranoid about this MX, but now since we know he is not sitting here, we are just chilling. You know what? I am feeling so confident with this tank. I can sit like this, and I know this guy is not going to penetrate me. By the way, did you saw the bounce to the side? Flat side? Well, unfortunately, that is World of Tanks for you. But this game is weird, fellas. I am feeling like I'm relocating left, right, and center, and I'm feeling like everyone is melting around me, you know? This is how I feel like. And you know what is the worst part of all this? I'm afraid they are going to cap our base. This is what I am afraid of. So what we need to do, I will take my time, I will try to go back for a base defense, right? And for a very first time we have gold loaded in this game. I should not get outspotted by the Scorpion. I very, very well might, but I think I am kind of Gucci. And unfortunately, mobility from my side is not that great, and this MX is supposed to be dead as well, to be fair with you, but it is how it is. Okay, let's try to go for a blind shot like so, it's okay, and let's see. Iron Army is going to go on top of the hill. MX could... I don't really think he is pushing like this. I think he might go towards the middle as well, or he is going to sit somewhere here. At least that's what I am hoping for, and that's what I want to believe. 1 versus 4 situation. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Good luck skill. Oh, believe me, I will need it. Thank you. And how we can do this? If they are capping the base, can I decap it from here? I think I kind of can, right? Good luck digging me from here. I am feeling pretty great. Okay, what might happen? AMX or Scorpion might try to go like this. Let's see. At this point, I am just chilling and relaxing. I am spotted, doesn't really matter, to be completely honest with you. They know my position anyways. What I can do for this? Absolutely nothing. He's thinking, maybe I can spank him. I'm pretending I'm AFK, I'm pretending I'm AFK, I'm pretending I'm AFK. Beautiful. Hi there. I hope you are doing very, very well. You are dead. Beautiful. Now we have a Scorpion here trying to make a good angle. Very, very nice. Now we need to figure out about this AMX-30. Where is this AMX-30? Luckily, I'm not down to one-shottable for him, but it's still far away from being ideal, right? Now, if this Scorpion would peek like this, I don't really think he will, fellas. Honestly, I do not really think the Scorpion will peek like this, and I cannot push on straight for him either. I truly do not think the Scorpion is going to peek. Unless AMX will show himself. What AMX could do in order to beat the living crap out of me? Sit over there or start capping. Even if he will start capping, it is not going to be that simple for him to deal with me. At least I cannot imagine him beating me in this way, right? Okay. Scorpion will come now. Scorpion should consider peeking here. No, how are you doing, Scorpion? He's not here, okay. Wait a second, I'm getting spotted, I see him. The worst thing for us is the pressure from the guy who is capping the base. This is the worst thing for us, right? So how we can do this? How about if I would try to escape like this a bit? Shouldn't be able to penetrate me, good. Now we can go in a bit. Let's go like this. Spank Scorpion in the ass. Very, very nice. Scorpion is screaming. Scorpion is running. We are going for him nevertheless. He's still screaming and still running. He should be officially dead here. Nice. Now 30 seconds to go. I am aware of this guy sitting over there, okay? I'm very, very well aware of this. But I cannot reach the cap in time. At least I do not really think I can. So there is only one bet how we can do this. Skill, what is the bet? Here Artem. Doesn't really matter. If he's not shooting high explosives, I'm fine. I'm not fine. He's dead though. Yeah, close but no banana, fellas. Close but no banana. It is how it is. It is how it is. I do not know how I could have been done with this. You know what is the saddest part for me of this game and why my heart is bleeding that much? Because this AMX should be dead. I aimed my shot pretty much perfectly for this guy, and this mother trucker survived before, which is very, very sad, but this is RNG for you. It would be draw either way, right? So all we can do, we can accept this. Today's games, fellas, I really want to highlight this. Today's games are so dreadful. Pay attention at this, okay? But do not laugh. 36% win ratio. I am doing this video and I want to highlight the good things about the tanks like Object or STI or E75, and the game is just treating me like I would be the biggest pile of caco. But it happens, you know, and I really want to highlight that it happens for everyone, not only you. And I know, fellas, we like to cry, but keep this in mind. Someone is having a worse time than you do. The other day, I really want to say this now. The other day, the guy came and I was crying, you know. I was 50% win rate. Everything is good. The guy dropped me 19 games played, 6% win ratio. So, yeah, you know, I can tell you one thing, fellas. Someone is having still worse than you do. Think about this. Anyways, in the end of the day, we have 4.3 thousand damage, 2.5 thousand blocking damage as well, and this is worth a thing to highlight, and enemies won the game. So GG for them. All in all, I tried to do my best, fellas. I truly tried to do my best, but it wasn't as simple as I would love to say, right? And it was a good game. Unfortunately, not till the end. Anyways, all in all, 705 is a great tank. I hope I could show you one thing or two things with this tank, right? And looking into the line of this vehicle, this tank is leading towards the 705A, which is also good and, in my opinion, beginner-friendly tank, right? Obviously, on the open fields, it is going to be a bit tricky thing to play, but if you are top tier, you have humongous amount of the armor. Although, keep this in mind, with a tier 10, you will have way derpier gun. So, honorable mentions, fellas. We had in the list 3 tanks. We had Object, we had STI, and we had E75, right? I would say there is more tanks which are beginner friendly to play with, and I really want to highlight them as Object 257. And yes, if you are meeting the tank which can penetrate you, or I suppose to say which knows how to deal with you, it is not so, you are not going to feel comfortable. But if you will meet new player and you will overside scrap like this, everyone will try to track you with a damage. If people have no experience, right? So this is great tank also to be the living crap out of the newer players, right? And I think it is kind of new player friendly. You just need to understand how to use the armor properly. After that, we have Motion, which is leading towards the mouse, and I think it is a great tank overall. But once again, in current meta, it is slow. And this is only one reason why I decided not to put this tank into the list, right? It's slow, 20 kilometers per hour. It is pretty dreadful and pretty disgusting. And that's about it. I think those two mentions... one more. AMX. I think it is a relatively easy tank to play with, but the tank is getting nerfed, so the main reason why I decided not to include this tank into the list is because of this situation. The tank will get nerfed, so I don't really think there is a point for me to talk about this still, right? Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and remember, fellas, whenever you have bad days, someone has the worst one. Keep this in mind. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and skill is out for today. Peace.